Good morning, students. This is the new chapter of Business Studies, class 11th, and the name of the chapter is International Business. It is the last chapter of your syllabus, so you should be attentive in getting all the things present in this chapter, because it has the weightage of 10 marks in your examination. So you should keep yourself ready to learn all the things related to this chapter. So the name of the chapter is International Business. As in the previous session we discussed about the internal trade, but now it is a new topic, new chapter, international business. So at first I'm telling you the meaning of international business. It is a type of business which take place between two different countries and two different nations is called international business. And it is quite different from internal trade, because internal trade is a type of trade which take place within a country, but international business can take place between two or more than two countries. That is why it is an important type of business, and in which also the businessman has to follow the certain rules and regulations of both of the countries, like host country and home country. Both of the countries' rules and regulations the businessman has to follow if you want to run his business for a long period of time in the economy. And the currency also, businessman has to use the foreign currency for running his business smoothly, for making the payments to the person who's going to sell out his product, and also to receive the payment from the other countries. That is why international business plays an important role for the development of the country also. So we can say, we can take three important things under the international trade. The first thing is that minimum two countries should participate in the international trade. The another thing is that the businessman has to follow the international rules and regulations to start his business, to run his business smoothly in the economy. And the third point is that the businessman has to make payment in the foreign currency only. No domestic currency can be accepted by the others. So these three things you have to keep in your mind whenever you are going to write about the international trade. Okay, so the concept is there about the international trade. The first thing is merchandise export and import. That's mean in international trade two things are there, export and import, so that we can say the businessman can sell out his product to the other country, and also the businessman can purchase the product from the other countries. That is why we can say international trade is a type of trade in which export and import of the product can take place between two countries. And one more thing is there, and entrepot is a new concept in which one country purchase the product from other country, but not for the consumption, but for the selling purpose. That is why it also comes under the entrepot. It also comes under the international trade. That is why it is an important part in which the business things are happened rapidly, and the businessman perform the different activities to get maximum profit. The another concept is tangible items. So in which we can say only the tangible items can be sold or purchased between two different countries. Like the different products can be easily sold, can be easily purchased from one country to another country. That is why it comes under the international trade, that only the tangible items can be sold or purchased. Okay, the another thing is licensing and franchising. So we can say before starting the international trade, every businessman has to purchase the license, has to apply for the license, and apply for the franchisee also. If the businessman get the license, then only he can start sell or purchase the product from the other countries. If he do not get the if he does not get the license, then ultimately he cannot perform his business activities in a smooth manner. That is why we can say licensing and franchising is also a part of international business. Then the last one is FDI, foreign direct investment. Nowadays FDI is very helpful to create the international trade in the country. Because of FDI, many other countries are investing their money in the business in our country also. That is why the foreign companies are attracting towards the Indian government, towards the Indian economy, and they try to invest their money. So FDI is a foreign direct investment. So now the next topic is benefits to nation. So international trade performs some type of benefits for the nation also. In which nation the businessman is going to set up his business, he provides some benefits to that particular nation also. So the first thing is earn foreign exchange. Foreign exchange means like in India, if any of foreign company is going to invest his money and start manufacturing unit in India, then ultimately the foreign exchange will come. And also if a person is going to sell out his product to the other countries, then he will receive the payment in the form of dollars. So ultimately the foreign exchange will take place in our country. As I told you in the previous sessions, then if the country will get more export, if the country will do more export to the other countries, then ultimately the chances of economic development will take place. If the country will do more import, then it will be problematic, because in which no foreign exchange will take place in the country. That is why it is a benefit that the country will get more foreign exchange. And the next one is the specialization. Different type of specialization can be done with the help of international business, because nowadays our country and our businessmen are purchasing the highly sophisticated technology, highly advanced technology from Japan, and they are producing good quality of product also. That is why they are trying to develop the specialization in the particular field in which they are producing high quality of product to satisfy the need of the customer. And the next one is growth prospects. Nowadays it is very important for the companies to do the development and growth opportunities for the country as well as for their own business, because if they perform more and more export, then ultimately they are try to sell out their product to the other countries, and creating lot of economic development, a lot of growth for the country as well as for their business also. And the another one is international product. As I told you, if the businessman is indulged in doing the export and import to the other countries, then ultimately the Indian customer will also get the chance to use the product produced by the other countries. So ultimately the customer will enjoy more benefits, because they get the opportunity to utilize the domestic product as well as they can utilize the international product. So ultimately it will be more benefited for the customer. And the another benefit for the nation is to get employment opportunities, because the companies those are coming from other countries and other nations, they will also provide the employment opportunities for the people of the society. They create the employment at all the levels, middle level and lower level. They provide the employment opportunities. So ultimately it will be more benefited for the people, for the customer, for the people of the society, because they get the employment opportunities. So students, it is all about today's session in which I told you about the international trade and its benefits. So you should revise it well, watch this video again and again. If you have any problem, you may ask your queries on my personal number, and I will also send you the notes related to this session. So you should copy the notes and write the answer of some of the questions which I will give you in the notes. So you should do hard work. Okay, all the best.